Welcome back to Wild and Chaotic. We are very excited to be here today. Our finale for a group that's been playing together for quite some time. Let's do a quick run around, meet our cast, check in one last time, and then get to our game, starting with, of course, with Chai. Chai, how are you doing?
I'm both excited and nervous and sad all at the same time because this has been our Friday nights for many months now, and it feels weird. Like good, but weird. And yeah, there's a whole lot going on in game with Zara. But like one good thing is my birthday's coming up and I got a fabulous birthday present from my fiance. And look at this thing. It is huge.
That is
It is
an
like the
extremely
size
large
of a
D20.
it's like the size almost of a billiard ball, and it's like Art Deco style, and I love it. So thank you so much. And yeah. And I got my Laura dice,
Excellent.
so that's fabulous too. Like, look at these babies. So much gold and glitter. And I love them. So I'm glad that's a good way to end this group for tonight.
Yeah. So we have Chai's having a great dice night. Steve, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I got my comfy robe. I got a nice drink. I'm ready for, I'm sure, only good, positive, heartwarming things for this session.
That's good. That is all that is going to happen, and nothing bad will happen. Right, Vivi? How are you doing?
I'm not ready. I'm totally not ready. I'm gonna miss y'all so much because pretty much this is my social life. Also, yes, totally, because we are because now I got it in Alize, even though I got the most beautiful dice from Laura, and they're so beautiful. I had to hide them from my little dice goblin. Else, yeah, I'm not ready for this because I am not ready for any of the fields that are gonna come up because this is Alize's family, and they're gonna probably not gonna like each other today. So we'll see. Hopefully, we all kind of survive.
Kind of. So, Laura, besides all the dice hype that you're getting, how are you doing?
Well, I wasn't expecting that much dice hype. I'm doing okay. It's a very much a bittersweet night because no matter how this goes, it's going to be the end of quite a long running thing for us. So hopefully we can just do it justice and everybody does the best they can.
Well, then, let us move into our finale then. We left off on an island controlled by elves sworn to the Prince of Violence, guarding a powerful magical artifact. The crew of the Wilde made a surprising route to the gem, splitting up, some of them defending the body of Captain Calloway, others running off into the jungle. One of them 1v1ing a particular vampire captain and blow his head off. With Mama Zara passing through the wall using her newfound power to turn ethereal to move through the fortress as the rest of the crew scrambled to catch up. She found herself in what appears to have once been a throne room, but only in the room sits a dais with the Eye of Utzel sitting upon it, and when she came in, she discovered both the gem and the governor directly behind her. And we left off returning to Captain Calloway. And speaking of Captain Calloway, the governor was not kind. He drew Kit's soul out of his body and scattered it on the ethereal winds. No afterlife for Captain Calloway. His soul was left adrift, floating And there it would stay for years uncounted until it became an angry spirit, a weapon to be wielded by a necromancer in the future. But the governor miscalculated. There was one who could find him. And Captain Calloway, in the darkness, the endless black, you hear a voice.
You're a hard one to find.
Is that really you? Did I fuck up so bad that you died too?
They say in the moment of our death, our mind clings to those we leave behind. Who do you see, Captain?
A real captain?
Ah, of course. I apologize.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're the Golden Forge I heard so much about?
The very same.
Good. Seeing as I'm dead now, got nothing left to lose, something I've been meaning to ask you ever since I first heard about you. Did I wrong you somehow? Did I piss you off? Did I do something wrong? Because if not, what the hell, lady? Ever since I first heard tell of you, all of a sudden I got one of yours among my crew communicating with you. I got fucking vampires on my ship. I got all kinds of people running around trying to get things because they don't want you to have them. They want to have them. Nothing but trouble since the minute you showed up. Now I'm dead. Thanks. Appreciate that. So, what was it? I do something bad in the past life?
You may join the ranks of those who blame me for everything wrong in this world. But you do me a great injustice, Captain Calloway. Zara was seeking for help, advice, guidance. I provided it. Yannick, well, that I do apologize for. I did not see his betrayal coming. People
Well,
believe me a goddess. I am no such thing. I am simply someone who seeks to break the cycle of death. I have made many enemies, a few friends. I do not count you among my enemies, but I cannot blame you for not counting me among your friends.
Yeah, well, speaking of Yannick, that's the kind of company you keep. Not so sure I'd like to be involved. It's a traitor. Lied right in my face. Because I trusted that fucking vampire. My own damn fault, sure. Knew better. Not an idiot, though I act like one. Seen some shit, should have known he was gonna stab me in the back, but I wanted to believe that just once things were gonna fucking work out. No. He's a traitor too. Just like the governor. Everyone trying to fuck us over. And that's the kind of company you keep. You should pick better friends,
Power
Golden Force.
corrupts. As you know, it corrupts the weak.
But you ain't weak, huh?
Not weak. It is a lonely life. Unlife.
What do you...
Are you weak, Captain Calloway?
Yeah, I think I am. Certainly not a good captain. Couldn't keep it together for just a few weeks. Lost everything. I don't know what else to call that. I like to think of myself as a tough guy, but nah. Guess I'm weak.
Or just unfortunate?
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. But I've been very, very unfortunate.
It is beyond my power to return you to the circle. But it is within my power to restore what is left of you.
And why would you want to go do anything like that?
That is indeed a question. If you consider yourself weak, why would I help you?
I don't know. Unless, of course, like everybody else, you want something. That'd be one reason. So what you want?
The jewel. The book.
Take a number. That's it. A jewel in a book. That's the ambition?
The jewel and the book. We do not need more. Like the governor. Like Yannick. Roaming the world. Corrupted by their ambition.
Well, ambition never been something I had in spades. You can at least count on me for that.
Ah, yes. Your captain was the one guiding you, was she not?
Yeah. Yeah. She guided all of us through everything. And me. I learned about living from that woman.
You
Not
think
just
her
being a
strong?
pirate, but yeah, she certainly is that.
Hmm.
Should have known. Should have known you were a fake. Ain't no way. No way Bia would be here too. She's tougher than that.
She will follow you in less than a day.
Is that a threat?
No. I can smell her blood turning sour. Her wounds festering. I can hear her cursing your name in one breath, and then speaking it as a silent prayer in her next.
Show me.
Good. I swear. I swear if you're not here tomorrow, I will fucking haunt you till the end of your days, goddamn bastard. On an island, she chose, with wounds she earned, and a victory over her foe that she will not to enjoy.
All right. That's how it is.
Bring me the book. Bring me the jewel. And I will keep her alive. Rejoin you. Sail west. The white shadow of the way. You find an island with a jungle, an abandoned village, and in its heart, a temple. I will await you there, if you choose to accept my help.
I don't know what you're doing still talking to me. Send me back Send me back. Do it.
Good luck, Captain Calloway.
Just Kit.
And with that, Kit, you feel the sensation is something akin to when you fell as a child and you had the breath knocked out of you. As a hacking cough is your breath. And you know precisely where it is you need to go. And your body responds faster and stronger than it did in life as you move with incredible speed towards the Blood Keep. And thank you everybody in chat during that. We achieved 2 boons during that for retweets and subs, which are going to be coming into play very soon here, as Captain Calloway tears through the forest at inhuman speed towards the Blood Keep. We are going to cut back to the room with the eye of evil. Lady Zara stands about halfway through that room. Having turned her back on the eye, she now is confronted in the doorway with Governor Donato. The veil is dropped. His necromancer visage is before you. A drawn face, sunken eyes. You stand between him and the gem. The conversation is concluded. He offered you power. You turned it down. He is beginning to draw out the book that he used to pull Captain Calloway's soul from his body. But, boon number 1, we are not rolling for initiative. Lady Zara, you get to go first.
Lady Zara is gonna reach into her apron and pull out some dirt, and she's just gonna open her hand and blow right into the governor's face and tell him, "You will never get what you seek." And I am going to cast Ashes to Ashes.
Ooh. All right, so please roll me an incantation test.
Okay, I've got to beat a 74.
I will, as a GM, will remind you that you have 3 nice shiny crits up there. Actually 4, because Kat gave us one in the interim. Thank you, Kat. She didn't give me one. She gave all you one.
Thank you, Kat. But that's a big time success. And now the governor is blinded, and he is unable to counterspell, dodge, or parry for 10 minutes.
As you blow this, wind begins to swirl around the room as he reels back, shouts, "You insolent child!" But as our other boon, I'm going to say that during this, he drops the book. You have how many more AP left?
I have 2 left.
What would you like to do?
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. I'm going for the book.
So you dive for the book.
Yes. And actually, I don't think I dive for. I want to purposefully, because he's blinded and can't see shit. I want to purposely, like, him hear my steps and kick it out of his way so he hears it, like, slide across the floor.
Yeah, Zara takes that, like, full-on confident murder walk as you just walk forward as he's batting and trying to clear his eyes and just contemptuously kick the book out of reach. I'm gonna say that's 1 AP.
You took everything, and now I'm gonna take everything. Can I? Yeah, because he's not prone. Can I, like, knock him prone? Like, try and do,
You
like,
may.
a perilous stunt?
Yes, absolutely. So
I don't know if this'll work.
let's roll athletics checks and see what happens.
Okay, let's see what happens there. My athletics is real bad. There was.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because he is. Yeah, he is blind. So what is the one?
Yeah, no, the takedown impacts athletics, and I don't think when go ahead. You could still beat him.
Yeah, I was gonna
conceivably,
say
even with the two, because like he's not his athletics isn't good. You could still beat it.
It's not gonna be great.
You could use a crit to make it irresistible.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crit it.
Okay.
All right. Crit it.
So you come over,
and I just want to, like, slide the book away and then just, like, push my foot out and, like, sweep him, knock him down.
Yeah. Take the book away, and as he's trying to clear his eyes, you just shove him bodily down to the ground. And now you stand over him as he is on the ground. It is now going to be his turn, and then I'm going to say that the rest of the crew of the Wilde enter, and minus Captain Calloway will save your entrance for a slightly more dramatic moment. He throws his hand up in the direction that the push came from, and says, "Pretender, you think you have mastered these arts that I have studied for centuries?" And he's going to cast Brush with Death at you. He is hit with a 20. So he is going to do 2d10. Oh, well. Okay. So 5 plus... He does 7 damage with this. Does that beat your threshold?
Damage threshold does not. Because I am still under the effect of that 3-hour-long mushroom.
Yeah, so he throws his hand up, and a greenish skull comes out, and you contemptuously sweep your hand through it and just clear it as it disperses. He's going to scramble away from you for the rest of his AP as he scrambles backwards and regains his feet and is now standing properly respectful of the Lady Zara, and appears to be gathering his power again as Zaz, Alize, and Bren come bursting into the room. I'm going to let you all... we're at this point, the governor is going... It's going Zara, governor, and then you guys. So I'm going to just pass around, and we're going to start with Steve and go around on who wants to go, as you're all after the governor. So, Bren, you come in, you see the governor is now standing, and Zara and the governor have switched positions slightly. Zara is now standing. They're standing across from each other. You're on one side, Jem is on the other, and behind Zara, you see the black book that has been kicked off into a corner. What do you do?
He's going to look at the book with the governor. He's going to take out a dark gray rod of bone. Going to say, "Apologies, my captain. He meant to strangle you in his sleep. This will have to do." And he's going to cast Kraken's Curse. And I'm going to use one of my 20s for a critical effect there.
All right. So, remind us all, what does Kraken's Curse do on a crit?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because it is a really good spell. So after successfully casting the spell, select another foe is equal to your wisdom bonus. Each foe suffers a grievous injury, and on a critical success, all that happens plus he begins to bleed. I don't know if it'll actually work because he's kind of undead aligned, but we'll see.
All right. So, would you please go ahead? I'm sorry. Was there damage associated with that? Or
No,
just
an
injury?
injury and he's bleeding.
Okay,
If
so
he
go
can
ahead and
bleed,
roll
which
me.
I don't know.
Go ahead and roll me a dice. Roll me a d100.
All right. 87.
87. Oh. Oh, that's as the Kraken's tentacles once again come out of the ground, they wrap around the governor's head and twist his neck out at an obscene angle. You hear popping and snapping noises. As the tentacles pull down, they are unable to pull the body through, as they did with the elf. But there's a limp corpse of the governor laying on the ground. As now you find yourselves in the room with the body of Governor Donato, the gem, and the book.
Zaz?
On fire before he comes back.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I would say, Zaz, that gem belonged to your people, did it not?
It did. And
Why
Zez
don't
is going to
you-
start inching over towards it, definitely keeping an eye on Mama Zara and on the corpse. I don't know how long it's going to take me to walk over there.
Yeah.
Does anyone do
Bren will
anything
look at the
as Zaz walks? Yeah. So Bren walks towards the book. Zaz walks towards the gem. Mama Zara, what are you doing while they're doing this?
Mama Zara is going to step on the governor's chest.
You move over to step on the governor's chest. You begin to apply pressure. As you do, there is a horrible popping sound as his backwards head turns back, his eyes glowing a bright blue, as he begins to float upwards. And from him comes a rumbling voice. "Insolent children. You think this is the first time I have been embraced by death? The first time I have seen the blackness." And he begins to float up, taking on an even more skeletal visage. And he extends his hand.
Nash, shoot him.
And as he goes to move,
I hate
a
him.
new figure appears at the door. Captain Calloway, I'm going to give you first go in this particular encounter.
Back for dead, huh, Governor? Funny, it's spreading like syphilis, seems like. I just pulled it off, too. Crazy, isn't it? Now, I got a promise I got to keep, but first I need you to fall asleep. So why don't you come real close so I can hit you nice and hard in the fucking head. And Kit's gonna charge at him, knuckle duster, to try to knock him the fuck out. But first, all of that shit talk I just did, I would like to use that as a litany of hatred.
Ooh, roll an intimidation test.
So I'm really good at this. So I need to beat a 76. But hey, this is Colin we're talking about, so hey, it actually worked.
Hey,
26.
whoa! You were less
I-
likely to do that than not, and you did it. This is
I know, wild.
apparently coming. Yeah, the Golden Forge is just extend to rolling.
So he takes a -1 to his damage and peril threshold. And now I'm gonna go try to knock him down. So let's see, use that. How much AP do I have to do to close the gap between me and him?
So if you're just gonna walk up to him to hit him, like that would be 1 AP.
Hustle.
The charge gives you additional damage, but if you're going for the knockout, you do need the charge.
Yeah. Well, I already used an AP
So
to do the litany of hatred, so.
You
I'm
could use
going to
if you
just-
want to do damage, you could use a fortune point to give yourself an extra AP and just sock him in the face to hurt him.
Nah, I'm gonna run up and try to stab him. Actually, I'm mortuary sword.
Ooh.
Run up, slash
Alright.
at him. Yeah, I'm soften him a little bit. Okay. So that's some martial melee. So that's gonna be. I got 2. All right. So 64 is the number to beat. Of course. Here. Let's go back to old ways. Son of a bitch.
The Golden Forge can only do so much.
I know, really. Even undead magic can't fix Kit Calloway. I guess I'll re-roll and crit him.
All right, so you're gonna use a reroll and a crit. So go ahead and roll me damage.
Cool. With him, let me see. It's going to be 6 plus CD, so. Sorry, I rolled a D8, my bad.
That's all right.
4. Okay, so that is 13 damage in total. You have a 9 CB.
13 damage. As you run up to what was once the governor, Litany of Hatred did the job. As you just beat his damage threshold now, with Litany of Hatred dropping it by 1. As you come up and stab your blade into him, you see a slight reaction. And this now full skull face with glowing blue eyes leans down, examining you almost interestedly. It says, "The Pretender has done acceptable work with you." And then looks down at the sword. "I think we're past such mundane means now, Captain Calloway. We're gonna go around and we're gonna give the rest of the party an opportunity to do something before this
There
guy
is something
goes. But yeah,
There's something important I need to point out to you, which is that I have the appalling mean talent. Kit doesn't look quite right. A little bit paler, a little bit ashen skinned. There's something unsettling. He doesn't seem to be blinking. Kit doesn't seem like Kit. His mere presence is a little unsettling. All this to say, I have the appalling mean talent, so when I succeed on an intimidate test against an opponent, which I did, he cannot attack me until he succeeds on a resolve test.
ooh, I like that. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't, but you know, that's.
But if
still
any of
cool.
you, if any of you do any damage, and if any of you do damage to him, the effect ends. But until then, he can't attack me. So.
Well, I was going to say, let's start with the people who did not get to go in the last round. Let's start with Alize, and then we'll move to Zaz. Alize, the captain has come in. The captain has returned. The captain is stabbed. And I'm assuming you've given some sort of indication to hold off to everybody else?
Yeah, Kit totally charged and has, as he's charging, sword out, waving it above his head like a wild man to come down on this. He is like waving everyone off in like sort of a "he's mine" gesture.
So when Alize is able to now close her mouth, she's gonna so in relation, where is Mama Zara now behind the governor from me? While Kit
She's
is
still in
between
front
me and
of
the
you.
governor?
Kit's probably between you and the governor, but Mazara would be off to your right. The governor would be right in front of you, and the gem is beyond them.
All right. So okay, so if I run up to the governor, put gentleman's Yannick's head on him, and keep running towards the jewel, how much AP do I have to use?
To get
Because
across
he needs
to
a
the
hat.
jewel,
He doesn't have a hat.
so you
Doesn't
throw.
have a hat. He needs a hat.
I'll give you the hat for free. Throwing the hat on Kit is a free action. To make it all the way to the governor, or to the to the gem, that would require a run action, which would be 3 AP.
Okay, so basically, I can make it back there and use all my AP.
Yes. So you run
Right.
past the fight. Do you
Yeah.
grab the gem?
Well, first, I gotta run by the governor and put, gentleman Yannick's hand on it. New hat, killed him for you. And there she is, and she's gonna plant herself in front of the jewel and pull her musket, and she's ready. Whoever comes.
Very good.
Yeah, I totally
Zaz.
saved that hat for you.
Zaz, your new abilities, being a conduit, you can see that Captain Calloway has a slight dullishness to him. But the governor is a black hole of just endless darkness, a complete absence of anything. You can make him out quite clearly. What would you like to do?
And Kit has indicated not to attack the governor because that will. So we know that that's a thing. In which case, I was already okay. So I don't attack the governor. I was already making my way to the gem, so I want to go grab it.
Okay. So you move to the gem. That would take you were the same distance, so 3 AP. You move and grab the gem. It is warm to the touch. It vibrates with power, but it feels strangely right in your hands. The gem glows brightly in your view. You can see many different color swirls in the room. Yellow, blue, some red. Being pulled towards the gem. And pulled into the gem. And there they remain. Going back to the top of our order, we will go to Mama Zara.
Mama Zara is just kind of like slightly taken aback by Kit's sudden reappearance, but she's not really like focused on that right now. She's just focused on the governor, but with his like crazy spectral thing, she's not sure what she can do to him. And I think at this point she is going to move towards the book.
So you're moving towards Bren. Bren, did you pick up the book or are you standing over it?
I believe I was. The intent was picking up the book. Yeah.
All right. So Bren is holding the book, and you
so
move
Bren,
towards Bren.
Okay. So, well, no, if Bren has the book, I thought like it was still on the floor and people were heading towards it. Yeah, Bren still has the book. I think actually I am going to Aegeus myself, and then drop back into spectral form.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your incantation test for Aegeus. But dropping back to spectral form, you can do at will, if I remember correctly, for like another hour.
It takes,
2 AP
I
to do.
39 minutes total, but yeah, it takes 2 AP to go into spectral form, and then I can come out for free.
So, Mama Zara just disappears as far as most of you are concerned. The only one that can still see Mama Zara at the moment is Zaz. Zaz, you see a spectral form of Mama Zara where she once was. It is now the governor's turn. As he looks down at the sword buried in his torso, he opens his hand, and in it condenses a spectral sword that then coalesces into solid reality as he drives a sword into Captain Calloway.
Not without a resolve
And that is
test.
going.
He can't attack me.
Oh, that's
He
right.
can't attack
well,
me.
let me. I will
He has to
roll
do
a
a
separate
resolve
resolve test. Well, no, that's not
No,
happening.
you could fail in that actually.
No, I already
He
failed
already
it.
failed.
You already
I
found
already failed it. Almost a crit fail, but no, I already failed it. Very well then. He's going to move back from you. Are you holding on to your sword?
Oh yeah, iron grip.
It pulls
on
out
that thing.
as he drifts away from you. It pulls out of him, and as it pulls out, you see the wound beginning to close as he moves one step up his damage track on his turn, back to full health, and he's going to cast Aegis on himself. He's going to attempt to. Vivi, as the ranged damage dealer, is there anything you'd like me to use?
Absolutely, because you know I will.
Use the crit.
Crit fail.
You'll
Totally
break my-
fail
you'll
this.
break my-
Yep.
you'll break
Because
my spell
I am the
if-
fail
you'll break my
button.
talent.
It's a well. So
If you
he
hit him.
attempts to. So this is just the using the crit fail on the spell, so that she's not
Oh,
immune to
okay.
range damage.
Uh-huh. I see.
Yeah. So the Zaz, you have an excellent view of this with both your sight and the gem enhancing it. You see what was the governor attempting to grab in your eyes entire sections of the swirling magic, not caring for color, grabbing it all. But the gem is pulling all the magic to itself, and it is making it difficult for the governor to cast. As he attempts to pull magic in, and it slips through his fingers and continues to run into the gem. So the governor is now disengaged and floating. Bren, what would you like to do?
Would Bren hypothetically be able to, like, sift through the spell book and see if there's a way to dispel Darky McGrimdark over here?
Ooh, you want to look at the book. All right.
He does kind
You
of
open the book. You open the book, and as you begin to page through, the text on the page is of a language that you don't know. And as you look at it, the text begins to swim before your eyes. I need you to roll a resolve test.
Okay. Let's see, where am I on resolve? Center. Okay.
Let's make
Yeah,
this
that's not so
fun. We're
bad.
gonna make it a -10 resolve test. This is a hard.
Of
This is a
course,
hard to
why
resist.
not?
It is messing with your head.
4 crits.
You know what? I got 4 crits on me. Let's use one of those.
You feel your mind slipping ever so slightly as looking at this text may have caused you, let's call some mental, but you steel yourself and you center yourself and you snap the book closed before staring at it too long. I'm going to say that took 1 AP to almost mentally peril yourself. You have 2 AP left.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there's so many things I could do here. You know what? Let's go with the try and true. He's going to take a little silver pin out of a side pocket. He's going to, he's gonna throw the book up in the air and cast magic missile on the actual spell book.
Oh. Roll me an incantation test.
Okay. D100. That would be a 17.
How much?
That would be a
How
success.
much damage does this? How much damage does this do?
It'd be 1d10 plus 8.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me damage.
All right.
Ooh.
That'd be 13 points of damage.
The book begins to burn in your hands, but you feel an intense wave of indignation and anger emanate out from the book. I'm going to need you to roll me one more resolve test.
Okay. What the hell? We'll use another crit.
All right. You resist the urge to drop the book off of this wave of anger coming off of it. It is damaged, but not destroyed.
Okay.
It's close. It. To be clear, we have 3. Like the gem, there are 3 damage tracks. You've moved it down 1 damage track towards being destroyed.
Okay.
So,
he will keep the remaining AP then, just in case.
Alize, it is your turn. Next to you stands Zaz holding the
okay.
gem. Before you, the governor has floated away from Kit and seems to be healing. And Bren just to try to burn the book.
Okay. All of this is kind of crazy. That's what she's doing. She's like, can she hold her, take aim and hold her action and blow up the governor if he actually attacks Kid?
Yes, I will
She's
say
actually
you can
gonna wait.
spend.
So it's
We'll
like
say that
one,
your
one
AP
for
is
take
spent.
aim.
Your AP is spent holding an aimed attack.
Okay.
So, all right. So you wait with your gun leveled at the governor, ready to react if it seems that he overcomes whatever aura there is around Kit at the moment.
Yep.
Zaz, holding the gem has superpowered your conduit. Like, the openness you had to the celestial energies seems to increase by a magnitude. And as you're looking and you continue to stare at the governor in his utter blackness, when you saw the wound close, you saw a tendril of darkness reach to him from somewhere that appeared to heal him. He is tethered to something magically on this plane.
Okay. Do I know what that means?
It
No.
means likely you would need to disrupt that magical tether somehow in order to defeat him.
Okay. Well, Zaz can only think of one thing that he might be tethered to that's even anywhere close to them. So I am going to... How far away is Bren right now?
Bren, from you at this point, would be probably about 1 AP worth of movement away. You guys all moved up.
Okay, so I am going to walk over to Bren. And while I do it, I'm going to say, Alize, Bren, Mama, watch out for Kit. He is smudged. And I'm going to... Tom, you can tell me, I don't know which one would work. I'm thinking of using the minor fire sigil to make fire in my hand and then grab the book with it.
Yeah,
but
that would
if you
work.
don't think that's strong enough fire, I can do a higher casting.
No, I think that would work.
Okay.
Well, how much damage does
So
it
then
do?
that's... It just says it is mildly dangerous flames. Because
Mildly
it's not
dangerous?
intended for people. It's not intended to use against people. I'd have
So
to
this
cast
is,
it at level 2.
it's the second tier of flames, correct? It's tier 2
I was
of
thinking
flames?
of doing the first... No, I was thinking of doing the first tier of flames, which is actual just fire that burns things.
I would
but
say that would
isn't an
do...
attack.
I would say that would do 1d10 plus 1 of damage. If you wanted to do 2d10, you could go up a tier, and 3d10 up to the top tier.
Okay. I'll do 2d10 then, and do the second tier.
All right, go ahead.
And then I'm going to use my crit for this. I don't want to F around with rolling here. This is important.
All right. Channeling the energy. You feel the gem pulse power into you through your hand, and you suffer no peril for doing this.
Sweet.
Go ahead and roll me damage.
2d10.
Mm-hmm. Plus,
So-
2d10 plus 2. So 10 damage.
Yeah.
That's just enough to move it down one more slot towards almost destroyed, as you feel the anger roll off the book, and you see the governor's head snap to you. You would destroy a book of the Gilded Pharaoh?
There is nothing of his I would not destroy.
Lady Zara. They're burning the book, holding the gem, and the governor is appearing to be quite powerful at the moment. What do you do?
Oh, but
Ethereal?
Yes.
She is.
Like, no one can. Yeah, I'm not on this plane, so people can't. I don't think people can see me. I don't know.
Only Zaz, with which side up.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move towards Kit, but stay ethereal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna hold until, like, if, yeah, I'm gonna hold if I get an additional signal from Zaz, or if he does something. Yeah, I'm just
Very
gonna
well.
like be nearby, but still ghosty.
Well, then at the top of the governor's turn, he will succeed on his resolve test to attack Captain Calloway. He is going to attempt to cast the... Oh, I think I did skip Captain Calloway. Captain Calloway, my apologies. Before the governor goes, would you like to punch, stab, or otherwise destroy him?
Otherwise, maim or yeah. I hadn't even finished shit talking him yet. As he, so I do love that image of him backing off of Kit's sword, just kind of slurps out of him, and Kit just keeps walking toward him, like, "Oh, come
Captain
on,
Calloway.
Donata, come back."
You just got
Come on.
one truth. What
Ah.
truth would you like as you prepare this attack?
I want to be like an asshole and be like the governor's shoes is untied or something. He's floating though, right? He's floating.
He is.
I mean, I imagine like a ghost tail, but he even needs shoes.
Yeah. Can I hold that for a second?
You may.
Do I have to use it now? Okay.
No, hold on to it.
Because I have a plan here that I think will work fine without it, but that will come in handy later on, so let me bank that. But thank you, Celeste. That's very kind of you. I'm definitely going to make use of that. So Kit keeps just walking, not running, just doesn't stop moving toward the governor, sword drawn. Says, "Come on, you can't leave me now. I had to go to the gates of hell and back to find you, and you're just going to be walking away. Come on, come closer, pretty boy." And I'm going to take aim. Use an AP to take aim, and now I'm gonna hit him, and I'm just gonna not fuck around, and I'm gonna crit. So I'm gonna burn a crit, and he, using my beatdown trait, he has to resist a takedown.
All right.
As I roll damage. So let's see how we do for. Let's see how we do for damage. Oh fuck. So that's 10.
10 does not beat his threshold. Would you like
Still
to use
gotta
a fortune
resist a
point
takedown.
to change that to a 6?
Does it explode if you use a fortune point?
It does.
I do want to use a fortune point to turn that to a 6.
I thought you might.
Yeah. So that would be 15 to start with, and then if that die explodes, then... Oh, look, that one explodes too. So...
Oh, no.
that is 15 plus 6 is 21... 25 damage on Chibor.
25 damage. What piece of him would you like to take off in this rather significant attack that you're doing?
Is he
Not the
holding
head.
anything?
He's still alive. He's still alive. He's got the sword that he coalesced, and his other hand is free.
Is this me causing an injury? Is this what you're telling me?
You get to cause... He dropped 3 tracks, so you're going to roll some injury dice right here in a second. I know you have some bonuses for that.
Yeah. I have the vicious quality on the weapon, if that matters for injury. And then I have the no mercy
It does.
talent, so I automatically get 2 injuries instead of 1.
Oh, boy.
So I get to take 2 pieces of him.
Would you please roll me 4d6?
I would love to, Tom.
I'm concerned for the governor at
And
the
he
moment.
still has to resist a takedown on top of all this. But
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
And I've only used 2 AP. 4d6.
All right, there's a 6
5,
in
a
there.
6, a 3. Yep.
You deal 2 injuries. So roll me 2 d100s. Roll 1 and then the next one.
Okay. A 75.
75.
And a 28.
28. So what we're gonna say here is that you swipe your sword through his legs, and they disintegrate in like an etheric puff. He does not resist the takedown. He is down on the ground now. And then
So
you
I
sweep your
Darth
sword
Mauled
toward. Yeah,
And then-
basically.
Okay.
And then you sweep your sword through. Let's see, through where the throat would be. A beautiful killing combination on a normal mortal. You take his legs and then you take his throat, and you see the throat like smoke. You have 1 AP left.
Yep. And I also have a promise to keep. So time for a chokehold. So he has to, I believe, just resist it. I have to make an athletics test. Okay, so for me, where's my athletics? Da-da-da. All right, 66 is the number to beat.
Well,
Motherfucker.
I rolled
Amazing.
prematurely there. I rolled terrible. So if you
rolled
want to use a
garbage.
reroll to do that,
Yeah. Yep, I'll do it. That's better. 32.
So as he's on the ground, you wrap one hand around his throat, and he is corporeal enough that you can slam him to the ground. But as you hold it, a wheezing cough escapes him as he says, "Oh, Captain Calloway, I thought we were past mundane measures."
How hard
On
do
his-
I have to squeeze to make you stop fucking talking?
It seems at the moment the chokehold, while you can maintain it, is not affecting him the way that it should. And at the beginning of his turn, you see his legs beginning to reform underneath him as he moves one step up the damage track. He's going to try the resolve test to be able to attack you.
Didn't hear.
And that,
Oh yeah, that's right. He was good. Yeah.
yeah, that's going to make it. He's going to sweep the sword at you. That is not going to make it. I would like to use one of my rerolls. That's still, I don't think
Nice.
makes it. I don't think that makes it. Oh! Oh, he's being held in a chokehold. Okay, so yeah, first of all, nice. Then it's a 70 normally, but since you're holding him down in a chokehold, I'm going to give myself a penalty. So that would be, I would give you guys a penalty. It's only fair that I'm giving myself a penalty for a -20. So he does not hit with that. But he is not being impacted by the chokehold at the moment. And we're going to move past Captain Calloway and past the governor, Alize.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's my turn to shoot him.
He's being held
And I
down
can't
by
miss this
Captain
one.
Calloway. Oh, you cannot. So go ahead and roll damage.
It's my first attack in the
Yeah, that's right, I
so
forgot.
I cannot miss. And I took aim. So that's an extra 3, right? So that's 2d6 plus 10, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yep.
the first one has an extra.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that damage.
All right. 2d6 plus 10. 17.
Oh, that's
Nice.
As you're holding him, part of his skull jumps off, and there's a half moment where the eyes flicker, but then burn back, and he chuckles. Captain, as you're starting to hit him, just, Captain Calloway, you yourself know that death is no obstacle now.
It's just Kit, and shut the fuck up!
Oh god, I've already forgotten my own order. I think I skipped Bren in this, because I'm clearly doing a great job with this. Bren, the book is burning at your feet. It is almost destroyed.
Well then, well, I mean, if it were to be destroyed in fire, that's just not how the Leviathan does things. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Saltwater Blast, and I would like to kind of aim it, do some, because I have Winds of Change, I can avoid harming my allies in this. So he's going to do some Katara stuff. So he will like form this blast of water into like two tendrils that sweep across the book, trying to shred it with razor sharp pieces of coral embedded in the seawater. Then it goes crisscross, goes on either side of Kit, and comes down right on the governor as well. And guess what? We're going to use another crit, because critical spells are kind of really good.
All right. How much damage do you do?
That is 2d10 plus 8. And I don't know if this... Well, I mean, on a critical effect, it also knocks stuff down. Probably doesn't help with the book, but might help with the guy. You never know. So that is... 19 points of damage.
The water slams into the governor. The arm with the sword comes off as it disintegrates. And that... Oh, sorry, were you hitting the governor or the book? Or were you hitting both?
Both. It's an area of effect thing.
Both. Got it. I'm sorry. You went for... Yes. He begins to wheezingly cough as you see the arm begin to grow back. The legs begin to grow back. His skull is still closing. And then the water strikes the book. And pages begin to come out as it begins to disintegrate. Kit, you had a grip on him. You could feel his throat beneath your hand. But he begins to change. The glow begins to fade. Mundane, regular eyes appear. His skin seemingly regrows on the skull visage as he begins to appear to become a very, very old man. And you feel a windpipe beginning to compress under your grip. And the laugh becomes a wheeze, and then, from your days as a pit fighter, becomes a very familiar gurgle as your chokehold sinks home.
Kit pulls him closer and brings his face up to Kit. And you can all see Kit his hands are around this guy's throat, and he is shaking, gyrating with rage as he crushes this dude's throat. And he brings his eyes to his and says, I told you I would strangle you in your fucking sleep. How long you think you can stay awake, old man? As he presses down harder until you can hear this guy's spine starting to crunch under Kit's grip until the last bubble comes up, and then he just unceremoniously throws him down.
The book is destroyed. Governor is finally dead. And there stands Zaz, holding the Eye of Utzel.
Right. So, Captain, you're looking a bit more sprightly than last I saw you. I practically buried you.
Dig a little deeper next time. As he walks by you and just claps you on the shoulder, walking towards Zaz.
Zaz is gonna back up. And they're gonna, what are you doing, Kit?
Living against all odds. But I'm gonna
That
need
I
that.
see. That's why you're black. That's why you're smudged. You can't have it. I want to cast the defensive minor sigil and raise my AP, or not my AP, my damage threshold.
All right, roll me a folklore, because for you it's folklore.
Yeah. All right. And this is an easy one. So over to 100. 32. Yeah. So that goes up.
So, what does it look like when Zaz does this?
So Zaz is going to keep backing up, and they bring the gem up to their chest, and a faint. It looks a little different than when they did it to Bren previously. A faint blue glow starts to streak down over their body, and then vanishes into their skin.
And what's that for, Zaz?
I told you can't have it.
And I promised you could. I remember.
Well, then stop walking menacingly closer to me.
Circumstances change, Zaz.
No, they don't. People change.
Yeah.
Ren will circle around and join Zaz, kind of a united front. It's not yours to claim, Captain.
That's what you're right. It's not for me. I ain't taking it for myself. Someone else needs that.
You're not taking it, period.
If I may interject. Lady Zara, what do you do in this moment?
I think, yeah, in the ether, watching Kit eliminate the governor, which is really the only thing she has wanted for more than a decade. And she's just like kind of in shock that like that's finally done, and I think she kind of collapses on the ground a bit and kind of seems to like lose control and like reappears, though that was not her plan. But she's just kind of beside herself and isn't able to keep herself there in this moment. And so she'll reappear near where Kay was, just on her knees, shaking like it's done. Like it's finally done. And then just kind of like looking around, like taking in the rest of what's going on, because she was very focused on what was happening, and she can see that Kate is not right.
As Bren and Zen stand opposite Captain Calloway, Alize, where do you stand?
Well, first, Alize is, she's pretty close to the governor, I think, right? Because she's certainly going to go walk past him and spit on him, kick him a little, because that was her nemesis, right? And she's going to place herself in the middle. And she's going to say, this is family. Let's talk about this. There's a reason he wants it. Let him tell you. Let him tell you. Then make up your mind. Huh? We owe him that much.
I'm listening.
Thanks, Allie.
Now, please, make sense. Please.
I didn't choose any of this shit. I haven't chosen anything for myself since Bea left. I didn't choose to be your captain. I didn't choose to have to leave this crew, and I sure as fuck didn't choose to die. And I definitely didn't choose to come back. I don't remember what free will even feels like, and I'm a fucking pirate. For better or for worse, though, I did die. And she brought me back. Come on, Mama. Now that when Mama reappears, Kit looks down. Come on, Mama, tell him. It's the same mistress you serve. Tell the crew that she checks out, that she's alright.
She
Yeah, Mama.
did
Look
this
at Kit
for you?
and say she's alright.
That's just rude.
She did this? Brought you back?
That she did. Like everybody else, she wanted something in return. She wanted that book.
Yeah.
That's no good anymore. And she wants that fucking gem. And like everybody else, there's strings attached. It's funny.
There always is.
They kidnap your daughter, like the governor here, directly threaten her safety. That's pretty obvious strong arming, isn't it? But it's something else entirely that only these god types can do. All these hoobly booblies I never wanted anything to do with, but here we are. Funny thing they can do, they can keep someone alive for you. And she's keeping the woman I love alive right now. So I'm gonna need that gem.
Zara just kind of gives Kit like a sort of knowing look ish. And that's worth something.
You're damn right it is. So I'm sorry. I made a promise to y'all, but I'm not gonna be able to keep it. Kit's here, but your captain's dead. Right now, all I care about is finding the only captain worth serving, only one I ever cared to serve. She's out there right now. She's suffering. She needs me. And if I'm gonna get her, I need that gem.
And by whose revelation do you know that she's in danger? The one that brought you back? The one that whispered honeyed words into Zara's ears? Look at you! Look at you, Ket! You've become an undead wretch! Look at yourself! You're staring at a powerful, magical artifact that could bring ruin to this world! And you're going to give it up for a vision given to you by a false goddess who would drown this world in death?
She's
Would
never
you get off of
spoken
your
false.
Would you climb down off your fucking high manatee for a second there, Bren? I told you, I didn't fucking choose any of this, alright? I'm not some cultist, I ain't some willing servant.
You can choose now.
Are you done yelling? He said, the captain, Bia's hurt. Are you discussing morals here? Shut up! Shut up! Let's get her first. Don't care. Don't give a shit. We're family. We make it every time, huh? You don't even try. You just yell. Yip, 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 yip. She hurt. Let's go get her. We gotta make deal. We break deal. Who cares? Go get her.
No.
You can yell. You can yell later.
No! I'm going to yell now.
Ah, so
because
that's how much you cared, huh? That's how much you cared.
Yes, I do care. But look at what has happened. Do you honestly think Captain Beatrice would want you to become this for her? Do you think she would want you to give this over for her?
What would you do if it was
I'm
someone
sorry,
you
Kit.
loved?
We don't even know she's gonna destroy the world. Because Bran had a vision. So Bran had a vision and it's true, but Captain had a vision, it's not true. All this damn vision bull. Don't care.
It's not about the vision.
If you want to shoot him and burn him later because he's an undead reg, I don't care. But we gotta get her first. You really think this fight is worth her life? What would she want? She'll never know because she's gonna be dead. Dead.
Zara, you ask us what we would do if someone we love was in this position. Do you want to know my honest answer? I would pray that they are given a quick, clean death. Because you know what the Golden Forge offers? A life of endless puppetry.
I prayed, and the Golden Forged answered.
Oh, I'm sure you did. And what happens when you look like Kit? What happens when you look like him? What happens when you're seeking ancient artifacts to bring more power to the goddess who wishes to end the cycle of all things natural?
If the people I love and care about are protected and okay, then so be it. I will sacrifice myself for them.
And I will
Whatever
sacrifice
that might mean.
myself. And I will sacrifice myself to keep this world from turning into an endless tide of undead.
Praying for
And
my
Zara's
death, Bren.
gonna like
Tom,
step
is there
up to
something
Kit
hard
at his
that I can
side.
start hitting the gem against?
So you could throw it on the ground for you could throw it on the ground to attempt to damage it, and then if you do that, I think we're going to roll an initiative just to get an action order going. But if you're going to throw the gem on the ground, you hold the gem, so you have the ability to do that, and then we would be rolling initiative to see what everyone does after that.
Yeah, no, see, I don't want to let go of the gem because that will let other people grab
You want
for
to smash it. You want to
I
smash?
would
Yes, you could.
smash
You
it
could
and
smash it against the ground.
control
Yes,
it.
you could absolutely smash it against the ground.
I'm
I
going
would
to
say for
back
that.
up as far as I can away from them and just begin smashing it on the ground repeatedly.
So for that, roll me a d6 and add your brawn bonus, and you're shooting for a 10.
Okay. Well, my brawn bonus is a 9, so that is helpful. All right. So 12.
12. The gem is now chipped. It is 1 down its damage threshold check. I need everyone to roll initiative to see what happens next. We are not necessarily in combat, but we are going to be moving an initiative just because the action order is going to matter a great deal. As Zaz just brings this up and they bring it down, and you see a piece of the gem fly off.
That's a D10 plus initiative, right?
Yes.
I've forgotten how to play this game for a minute there.
Am I rolling as well, Tom, or am I just going to assume
Yes, please do.
I was first?
No.
Okay.
We're going to see where you
17
end up
for
in the
you,
order.
boy.
Holding the gem gave you a free action. Wait, no, Alize, you rolled 2d10?
No, you have an exploding. Her 10 exploded for some reason.
Oh,
it
it should.
should.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have.
So you rolled a
exploded.
10.
Well, yeah,
10
you
and-
rolled a
and-
10, which is still a 20, which is still a 23.
23.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Alize, Kit, Mama Zara, Bren, and then unless Zaz rolled, unless Zaz's initiative is
I
amazing.
got 12.
You got 12.
No, 12.
So you're technically you're going after Zara ahead of Bren. So Bren will be going last. So, Alize. Zaz begins slamming the gem against the ground. What do you do?
If I use stunning blow with the ranged, since that's my first one and I cannot miss, does that mean I hit that automatically?
That's for a damage dealing one. If you want to do can you trade out the damage for stunning blow?
Well,
I feel like
it's because
that's
I have
something the
taken
bounty hunter
down,
has.
and it says as distance you can substitute either your simple ranged or martial ranged skills when you attempt to use disarm, stunning blow, or takedown.
So that's a perilous
And
stunt
because-
then, so you'd need to roll for that. Yeah, so go ahead and roll for that then.
Okay, so and when I do a perilous stunt, if she tries to dodge, parry, or resist, she has to flip to fail because of
Okay.
deadly aim. Okay.
All right, so go ahead and roll me your check.
Okay, it is either simple ranged or martial ranged. Martial ranged, that's 3, so that's under 83. And I'm not cheating here because you know what? Right, 1 under 83. Right. All right.
All right.
There you go.
Roll me a resist, Zaz. You are flipping to fail.
Can I use one of my criticals?
If you wish, though, I will point out that Vivi passed up using one of her criticals.
Didn't we take those away for PvP stuff? I thought that was the plan.
Yeah, we're
No,
not
we
using
took
fortune points for sure, because those are
away.
like
Oh,
those
fortune
are really
points.
limited.
Fortune points.
Yeah, we're definitely
Yeah.
not using fortune points for that.
Sure, I'll go ahead and roll without it. What am I rolling for?
You roll athletics to resist, and you are looking for 6 or better levels of success.
Yeah. All right. Well, no.
Oof.
So you have the gem, but you are knocked back to the ground by a what you recognize to be as a particular shot from Alize's gun that is it's like a non-lethal, and it knocks you back, and you're on your back still holding the gem. As it is now, the gunshot reverberates through the room. You have more AP. What would you like to do?
Yes. If I try and run over and try to grab the gem from Zaz,
You would need to
what would I
run by
have to roll
Bren.
for?
You would need to
Alright,
move.
that gives-
You need to spend an AP to move, and you would need to run by Bren.
Okay.
So, Bren, you would have an opportunity attack if you wanted to take it.
I would, but the thing I want to do consumes 3 AP, so we're gonna not do that.
Okay. So you're going to move over, and the two of you are going to begin wrestling over the gem. Roll me opposed athletics checks, and let's see who comes away with the gem. Alize just barely succeeds. Zaz, what was your target?
My target was 54.
54. I'm going to say the two of you are on the ground wrestling over the gem, with neither of you able to come up in firm control of it at the moment, as both of you just barely succeeded. And now, looking at our initiative rolls, it is now Kit's turn. As Alize and Zaz are grappling over it, you see Bren standing there. What do you do?
So Kit holds his sword to the side, not pointing it at Bren, but just kind of holds it up. I don't want to hurt you, Bren, but you are in my way. I have to ask you to step aside. I got no authority to order you anymore. I'm asking you as a friend.
You are my family. But I cannot abide that request.
You seen what I can do to a full-grown man's neck?
You're seeing what I can do to an undead's neck.
If you thought I was scared of you in life, I'll tell you what, I sure as fuck ain't in death. And I'm gonna use my litany of hatred to make an intimidate test against Bren.
All right, go ahead and roll that intimidate.
I'm gonna crit it.
Okay.
All right.
So, Bren, there's a resistance associated with this, if I'm remembering. But
Yeah, it's
with,
resolved.
With the crit, you can't resist. So, your
you can do it
your
later
peril
on.
threshold is reduced by 1.
And
Fair
because
enough.
of Appalling Mean, you cannot attack me until you succeed on a resolve test.
Fair enough.
So Kit is gonna just walk by Bren. Take an AP to just strut by. and get to. Can I get to the gem wrestlers on
Yes.
that? I'm gonna try to basically reach a hand in there while they're wrestling over it, and Can I treat this as a disarm action?
Yeah,
Essentially,
that
to get the
seems
gem
about
out?
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is opposed to
So
athletics, if I'm remembering correctly.
it's coordination versus my coordination versus their coordination.
Their coordination. Sorry, it's opposed coordination. So go ahead and roll coordination, and then Zaz, go ahead and roll coordination. Oh my goodness!
I rolled a 4.
Kit reaches down, and as the two of them are trying to yank the gem from each other, it comes loose for half a second, and Kit plucks it. Kit now holds the gem. It feels uncomfortably hot in your hand, Kit. Like you've taken something out of the microwave and it is too hot to hold, but it is not quite burning you.
Kit registers the pain. He understands it conceptually, but doesn't really feel it much. Doesn't wince or anything, and he has the same kind of unblinking expression as he just takes it and puts it in his jacket pocket.
Zara, what do you do? I believe you're muted.
Thank you. Zara's gonna look at Zaz and Bren and just shake her head and say, I'm sorry, but for this, it's worth it. And she's going to hold out her hand to Kit and like, let's go. And yeah, she is man, this is hard. Yeah, she's gonna hold out her hand for Kit to run when he makes a move and be ready to defend him if someone comes after the gem.
Zaz, you and Alizé are done wrestling over the gem. You are on your back, but you are free to move. What would you like to do?
Bren is after me. Okay. Does it cost me anything to stand up?
It does. I believe it costs you 2 AP to stand up.
No, then I'll do it from
You
the
can
ground.
also move 1 yard after that, but I believe Kit is standing directly next to you.
It's fine, I'll do it from
Yeah,
the
he-
ground. I'm gonna look
And I
up at
think
Kit and I'm gonna...
He still has, Zaz should still have like 1 AP less for the stunning blow, right?
You
Isn't that what
knocked
it
down,
does?
not stunning below. You knocked down, not stunning below, if I recall correctly.
Oh, so I did a takedown. Okay.
Yeah, you did takedown.
I'm getting
So
confused.
okay. So Zaz, you have 3 AP. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look up at Kit and I'm gonna say, I told you on the Wilde that I would die before I let them take that gem. I'm sorry, you're the one who's gonna have to make me do it. And I'm going to cast level 3 fire It's gonna hit Alize, it's gonna hit Mama Zara, it's gonna hit Kit, and I'm criticaling it.
All right. So roll this is the third tier. It causes serious fire.
Yeah.
Or whatever the top tier fire is. All right. So let me really quickly jump back there. I believe that you all gain an inflamed condition and are taking 3d10 plus 3 damage. I can double check that in a second, but you are yes, it is 3d10. You can with the crit. So you all immediately take 3d10 of plus 3 of fire. So Zaz, please roll me 3d10.
17. And everybody's and all of your damage threshold, your armor is increased by 1.
As Zaz holds out their hand, blue starlight fire leaps and engulfs you all, and even in your state, Kit, the pain cuts through the undeath, as this is incredibly painful, as you are now all on fire.
Question.
Yes.
I haven't.
You said our damage threshold is reduced by 1. Is that before or after the fire?
After.
Okay. Because 17 is exactly the plus 6 threshold.
Okay, so you only drop 1 then. You need to exceed the threshold, but now your threshold is now it's it goes down 1 after that.
Okay.
Hello, Raiders.
Okay.
We're having a little PvP to end the season here. It's nothing tense or anything. Welcome. Kit, you had a question?
Oh yeah, can I use a fate point?
Yes, you may.
I have 2. So.
All right. You use a fate?
Yeah, I'll use 1. And yeah, I think it's part of Kit's weird undead mythos thing going on here, but that he stands there with only the edge of his jacket slightly burned, but it didn't seem to affect him otherwise.
So, you are all now on fire, and will need to spend time on your turn to put yourselves out, or continue to take damage. Was that all of your AP, Zaz?
Yeah.
Bren, it is your turn.
He's going to take one of his bone rods, toss it off the ground, raise his staff up, and go, "In death, at least you will know peace." Bring the staff down, breaking the rod. So I know I'm going to have to do a resolve test to see if this works, but he's going to attempt to cast Kraken's Curse on Mazara, on Alize, and on Kit Calloway.
Okay, roll me that resolve test.
Okay. Oh, and I'm also going to crit this one.
Okay.
Smart plan.
Okay, so resolve. Hopefully that's the thing I'm actually relatively good with. Ammo. 68. Sadly, I don't think that works.
So what happens if you fail the resolve test?
I think he has issues like reconciling that Kit. I think that kind of messes with his spell targeting.
So you critted the incantation, but the resolve fail. What does the resolve fail change in the spell then?
That's just. I mean, you talking about my ability because you just can't attack me unless you pass the resolve.
Oh,
yeah. So he can't. So
yeah.
So Kit is spared this attack, but the other 2 are hit. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me damage.
Well, actually, both of them get
get
grievous wound.
injuries.
and they're bleeding.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll me a
Zara
D100.
cannot bleed.
Oh,
And
you too?
I am actually, Zara cannot bleed because of her Aegeus, not because of undead. But I am going to spend one of my fate points to gain a permanent chaos rank and ignore the injury. Because I have blessing in disguise.
All right.
You're gonna make me hurt Alizé, right? Okay.
All right, Alize, roll me a D100.
Right, because I have absolutely no clue what's going on. But that's okay. It's like you completely lost me. 78.
78. A tentacle snakes out of the ground and wraps around one of your arms and yanks, and you feel a sickening crunch in your elbow. You have a splintered elbow. You can no longer use two-handed weapons, including two-handed ranged weapons.
Yeah, you know what? My nemesis is dead, so I can use my feint point, and that is not happening. So that was the one and only fate point.
You people and your fate points.
You person, you crit, hurting your family.
Yeah, the undead
Pain on
family.
you.
They want to turn the rest of the
Dishonor on
world
your cow.
So,
On your fish, on your cow,
As
and everything.
as we return back, there's been a terrible exchange. We're back at the top.
This should be Alizé, right?
Well, as the combat proceeds, we have a truth. As specters begin to float into the room, hundreds of them, elves of wearing clothing of a bygone age, of many different allegiances, come floating into the room as Captain Calloway, his hand in his pocket, uses the gem to summon forth the spirits of this world, of this place. And to correct Colin, per your message, you do not want them to harm them, you just want them to restrain them.
Correct. That's right.
Well, we are coming very close to the end. Well, we're actually exceeding our normal time. So,
It's a
I know,
finale.
it's a finale. We can do it. I'm going to drop us out of initiative here. The fight ends as the spirits restrain Zaz and restrain Bren. What ship do you leave on, Captain Calloway? Do you take the White Shadow or do you take the Wilde?
So, first thing, Kit holds the gem, summons. Kit actually just looks up to the sky holding onto the gem. He's like, "This is it! You want it? If you want it, I need your help!" That's when the specters come in and restrain everyone. And Kit is like... Kit wasn't expecting that. So he had no idea that was going to happen. So he's like, no, you're not... Don't hurt none of them, alright? Just hold them. Just hold them. And he walks over to Zaz. And he picks up his hat that he dropped when he came in. You're in charge now, Zaz. I ain't your captain anymore. Wild's yours. I don't want it, I never did.
I will kill
Be
you.
good to it.
I will hunt you down and I will kill you.
Sure, Bill can try. But I intend to go where you can't follow.
There's nowhere I can't follow. I will get my people, we will see the stars, and I will kill you.
Well, wouldn't be my first rodeo. By your leave, Captain. And he turns his back on Zaz and walks by Bren, claps him on the shoulder again. Sorry.
No, you're not.
You know what? You're right. I'm not. I know I'm doing the
Let's
right
go.
thing.
Let's go, Kit.
Yeah.
Alize, do you go with them?
Yeah, if we gotta get yeah.
You can lie to yourself all you want, Calloway.
It's Kit. And I ain't lying to myself.
Kit's
only
for
thing-
friend.
The only thing I ever knew about myself was that I've only ever loved one woman. And she's out there dying right now. And that's the only goddamn thing that matters to me.
That doesn't make what you're doing right.
Sometimes
You're
you
probably
have
right
to
about that.
do something a little wrong. The right reasons.
Couldn't agree more. And newsflash for his ass. I ain't concerned with what's right. I'm a pirate. Take care of yourself. And he is gonna take the white feather. Or white shadow? White shadow? That's called.
White Shadow.
Yeah.
So the
Leave
three
the
of
wild
you
pizzazz as he promised.
Yeah.
make your way
And
out of
Elise is
the
gonna look
fortress.
at Bran and Zed. She's gonna say, "We're still family. I'd rather you hate me than that Beatrice dies. I'd rather you be alive to hate me and she be alive to hate what this is instead of her being dead. So, be safe." And she
That just
walks
shows
off.
how stupid you are.
May you die a clean death and stay dead.
Amen to that, brother. Can I get a witness?
The White Shadow is waiting for you in the bay. As you make your way, a skeletal figure stands with a boat, waiting you to take you aboard. You hear cannon fire off in the distance. As you make your way out of the bay, sailing west, Captain, you feel a little beat of pride as you see the Wilde sailing circles around the Black Stallion, the governor's flagship, poking holes in it, having shot out its mast, taking apart the larger ship, just as Beatrice taught it.
I order a
So-
21 gun salute.
Into the governor's ship, or just firing off?
No, let them have it. I don't want to interrupt
Yeah.
their fun, but just a passing tribute.
So, with Zaz and Bren released, swearing revenge, and Kit, Mama Zara, and Alize sailing off.
Can I actually do a quick thing? I'm sorry.
Yes, really quick. What's up?
Sorry. So, I actually have a script thing for this because I figured this would happen. As me and Zaz are presumably back on the Wild, On a clear, starlit night, you see Bren standing at the edge of the ship. Takes out a little dirk. Never used it. Only ever been for sacrificial purposes. He takes it, holds the edge up to his pinky, grits his teeth, and cut it off. Shaking, he takes the dirk in hand with the severed finger, looks up at the sky. By blood and bone, by salt and steel, before the stars and sea, I make this vow. This golden forged, this power of undeath has damned the souls of my family, condemned to a cursed existence, kept at the beck and call of corruption manifest. The tide of undeath is rising with honeyed words, preying on the desperate and the lost. I see now how swiftly these dark waters flow. But I swear, by all I am, by all I was, and all I will be, I will be there to meet it with all the fury of the sea in storm. I will make the dead fear. I will make this corruption plead. I will make a goddess drown. And he'll drop the finger and the dirk into the sea water as completes his oath to the goddess.
The water roils as a shark surfaces and turns over and dives back under. Not to put you on the spot, Laura, but Zaz, after this scenario, face defeat, but unlocked a new strength as a conduit. What does Zaz do in the months after this, after bordering the wild? Where does Zaz go?
Saz does exactly what they told Kit they were going to do. And I'll take Bren with me if he's willing to come. And I'll take the Wilde, though I'll drop the crew off if anybody doesn't want to. And I sail back home for the first time in years and years. And I talk to the Star Raiders. And I raise an Atslon army and a navy, the likes of which the world has never seen, to go after them.
It's difficult at first to get Brent accepted, being one of the
No, it's
ancient
not.
enemies of the Atlanteans. But your status as a conduit makes it an easier task than normal. And the Army and Navy will be much needed. For Kit, Zara, and Alize, you sail west across the ocean. The ship steering itself almost. It needs just barely a touch. You come to a beach, a rocky beach, and the ship catches up against the point. It's the hull and its prow lining up with several rocks as if it had run aground here many, many years ago. You move across the beach, through an abandoned village, through a jungle. You find a temple. And when you walk into the temple, a female figure walks around, and you hear as you bring out the gem, her laughter. And that is where we're going to end our season. All right. So,
Oh,
Okay, my nose is officially running.
this was a heck of a way to
Holy
finish, guys.
Jesus.
You all did so incredible. Thank you so much for an amazing season and amazing several seasons. We've been together for quite a while. Let's go around and check in, make sure that everybody is doing all right and where we can find you, and then shout out anything you want as we go around, and I'll wrap up. Starting with Chai, how you doing?
I'm doing. That was definitely not like. Oh man, I was like, I spent all week trying to figure out like what Zara would do, and like had a whole bunch of like, if this happens, then this is a possibility of this possibility, and yeah, none of that was what none of what I had anticipated happened, and but yeah, in those months, like I knew Zara like would stand by Kit. So here we are. Yeah, wow. It's a lot, man. We've been playing together for a very long time, so it's a very weird feeling tonight. Um but yeah, you can find me at Girly Try on Twitter. You can find me Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Roll the Rolls Twitch channel, playing some Pathfinder 2e Extinction Curse. And I hope the wild finds them. It's been great, guys. I'll miss you.
Colin, how are you doing?
Well, I'm dead. So, okay. All considering. Wow, I just reflecting back on this group has been together for a while, but man, what a turn from the days of our Hupperduke fuckery from the original Wild and Chaotic series. We went to a fantasy TGI Fridays in that one, and in this one, we fucking almost killed each other. So things are a little bit different now than they used to be back in the day. That was hard. That was really hard because this was the first time. This was an interesting experience for me. I've never really role-played a character that kind of makes the face heel turn. I've never had to really deal with that before, and it's tough. Go ahead.
I gotta be honest, like I don't like Kit at all at the end of this series. Like this episode, wow, that was intense. That was very intense.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't fucking around, and I decided that it couldn't be the same. I mean, he might look a little different or whatever, but dying and coming back just has to do something to your psyche. I just made that decision early on that he has to be different, and maybe he was he came out angrier than I thought, but I feel like it's the way I pictured it is here's a guy that just has absolutely nothing left. Nothing. I mean, he's fucked up everything he's attempted to do as captain, and he finally had his. This is what's so tragic about it for me, I guess, is that this face heel turn comes on the heels of him finally kind of having his leadership breakthrough in this 6th episode and really coming into his own as captain, and then dying immediately afterward. And I think that bitterness is not lost on him. I think he was jaded and angry, and it all kind of came out in the wash. up until, I mean, threatening to snap Bren's neck was not something I thought I was going to fucking do today, but here we are. That was really rough having to be so vicious to you guys after really doing my level best for the entire other run of the series, to be the guy who's constantly saying we are family and we're all here for each other and I love all of you equally, come sit on Daddy's lap. Like that, I really was trying to go for that whole kind of like, he was coming into that leadership and that kind of almost like, at times fatherly, but then also brotherly, and Mama Zara was kind of his mom. And that all just went away at his death. Anyway, so that's that was really hard. That was really, really hard. And I almost feel bad that it worked. Like, I've never felt so dirty about succeeding at something in an RPG. Like, my plan actually worked, but I feel kind of gross about it. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel, Tom. I feel very conflicted right now. But to Zaz and Bren, I love you, really. I do. But this is the way the dice fell. This was really hard. But I would do it all again in a heartbeat.
Where can we find you?
Oh yeah, hi. Well, the season's ending, so fucking nowhere. Monday night, Lessons in Deep Magic on Global Press. Come see us this Monday. But then, other than that, I think the next thing I have on the schedule until, depending on what happens with the Encounter Roleplay season, is October 16th, I believe it is. One shot on Master the Game, doing Monster of the Week, my favorite game. It's already confirmed it's not going to be a one shot. It's going to be like a 2 or a 3 shot, but that'll be Wednesday nights on the game. I don't remember what time, unfortunately, but I think 8. I want to say 8. But yeah, that's the next thing I'm doing. Other than that, all quiet on the Western Front.
Outstanding. Steve.
I'm doing good. It's going to be a good session when you type out a heartfelt vow of beginning a weird eldritch holy crusade. This was a really fun game. An unexpected benefit, especially of playing the class I did, is seeing in the Zoom chat all the times, I would be clericy. I get the funny sidebar of Lydia just being angry eldritch goddess noises. Hey, today it was, look, me and the Leviathan are having coffee and she told me she thinks you smell bad. Sorry, so rude, I know. But yeah, that was intense. Hopefully I got the notes of that vow right. And boy, other than this, I am still over at Mimics and Monstrosities. We've unfortunately been having a terrible run of luck with our Call of Cthulhu games. Hopefully this week, Sunday at like 9:45 Central Standard Time, we can get going, because the character I just made for that game is still getting strangled by a tentacle that's coming out of a corpse.
More tentacles.
So hope to resolve that. Yeah.
Vivi, how are you doing? Where can we find you?
Just cried my eyes out in our schnodding, because I can't cry prettily. No, I get blotchy and my nose runs. So yeah, this was rough, because I actually never did party against party before, and I only came in here knowing that she wouldn't want to lose anybody and she would not hurt anybody. So and here I am, like, my family is breaking apart. Yeah. So that was hard, especially because we've been playing so long. But I think if we would have done this first, instead of, the humpeting, let's get drunk and do crazy shit, it might not quite have been so impactful, because now we've been together for so long, so that it actually feels more like family, And this is now how we break apart, and now we're actually done. Well, aside from, bawling my eyes out, I'm good. And you can find me on Twitter as Miss Vivacia, On Mondays at 7:30, playing on a D&D game at Wiley Hobbit. I know Deep Magic is running at the same time, catch the VOD, whatever, where I'm playing a baby artificer, 7:30 EST, Wiley Hobbit. And tomorrow we're having a session 0 on Valdriand. I don't think we're streaming it, to play Emberwind, which I've never played before. So that's going to be interesting. And then, well, hopefully anytime, anywhere, I'll see my family again. And please, this time, let's not swear to kill each other. Please. The only one we're supposed to swear to kill is Tom because he leaves us at cliffhangers.
So, yeah, this was a rough episode, even on my end too. Just this was but someone said that dark fantasy, like the characters don't happen to the world happened to the characters in dark fantasy, and that's kind of what I was going for. And the world definitely changed all of you over the course of the season. But Laura, you changed the world. You've now given my world an avenging Atslan army led by Zaz and Bren, which in future games in this world, I'm going to have fun with that because that is awesome. How are you doing?
Well, we'll see how I'm doing tomorrow. It's a little too early to make a how are you doing call. This was hard. This was really hard, and as many other people have said, I had various thoughts of what could happen when we went into this, and that was not any of them. And man, I managed to not cry the whole time, and now I'm going to, and I really need not to because I'm wearing way too much eye makeup to cry. Way too much eye makeup to cry. But yeah, so that was interesting. I think I'm gonna have to process it a little bit. And more than that, I think I'm gonna have to process that it feels like we lost it all on a one truth, which kind of made it a lot harder. Because there wasn't much you could do about that. But where you can find me is on Instagram at ShinyMathRocks, and I think I'm playing in Colin's Monster of the Week, not a one-shot, on...
Sure are.
Okay, I wanted to make sure there wasn't another one.
No, yep. Yep.
So...
And Tom too, right?
I
get both of you for that.
Yeah, yes, I am. But before we get to me, I want to do the old like stage thing of calling someone out from backstage because we have one more player that was one of our original crew back before Colin actually joined us, who was playing the villain essentially in this, in giving having lots of conversations about how things were going to progress and what the Golden Forge is going to do. Lydia, do you want to pop on out here and say hi?
They let anyone
So I
come in here
cannot
these
help
days.
but feel a little bit responsible for that.
And by a little bit, you mean all the responsible.
I did not donate the truth. I mean, I don't know what it is that in Tom's games I always end up like this. So if we want to play the blame game,
I now serve you with 2 different characters. Like,
This is becoming a talk to a therapist problem. At this point.
yeah. Whew. I also did not expect to actually have the PvP turn into parting ways. It's always an option, of course. That's the nature of a storyline like that. And I think you absolutely played it so wonderfully, horribly, heart-shatteringly, beautifully sincere and genuine. And I'm so impressed with everything you pulled off there. Obviously, I had my little pokes from Tom and the vocal cues and the weird schizophrenic back and forth between Bea and the Golden Forged. And I sincerely hope that what happened today is not going to be staying with you negatively for a while, because I know character bleed is a thing, and I know playing and make-believe is often so much more real than we anticipate. But I can honestly say that I was not just hooked as in from, you know, the storytelling perspective and from being involved, but just so very, very invested in every single one of these characters you brought to life. And I'm so fucking impressed. Just so fucking impressed with what you did today. All of you.
This was an incredible series from all of you. This is such a great group. I didn't know what to expect going into this. I think coming in, I think my original line was that I was going to bring the grim and perilous, and you all would bring the wild and chaotic. And you all bought into the world and the characters so hard that this became such a heartfelt adventure all the way through, that this was such a heavy ending, but I think it was the right ending also of how it had to kind of end with split, and that was really, really hard, and hats off to all of you. I'm Tom, and I am at TP_Grant on Twitter, and I will be on Colin's One Shot on the 16th. It's going to be fantastic fun. Monster of the Week with Colin it's a trip. It's really something, and I'm highly looking forward to people being able to see what it's like, because it's a really outstanding game when Colin runs Monster of the Week. Speaking of other outstanding people, in chat you all may have noticed that Anna was not with us. That is because she is on Chromatic Chimera playing Zweihander right now, their first session. So if next Friday you find yourself wanting Zweihander, please head over there and watch Anna playing in the Bloody Portrait, which is vampires in Renaissance Florence, which, I mean, just sounds awesome. So please support Anna. She's a wonderful person, and she's been supporting this show so excellently, I had to shout her out. Other than that, that is all for me, and I think that is all for us tonight. So thank you so much for everyone staying with us, and have a fantastic night.
Ship Wild, with her crew and a cat or three on the good ship Wild. She caught her foe in a clever trap on the good ship Wild, then slipped away and has not come back on the good ship Wild. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship Wild. Bren will sing a sailor's song on the good ship Wild. Alize has a memory long on the good ship Wild. Mama Zara makes her pies on the good ship Wild. Watch when Zazie cuts their eyes on the good ship Wild. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship Wild. Kit the captain lost his hat on the good ship Wild. No, I do not mean the cat on the good ship Wild. Who knows where the winds will blow them on the good ship Wild? Chaos Chorus only knows on the good ship Wild. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain is will.